fish. Welcome back to the channel. This summer's been interesting. There's been a lot going on. Last summer I said was going to be the craziest summer of my life. My wife Sam gave birth to Hannon in June, and a week later we broke ground in a little cabin called Uncle Mark's Outpost. That was a very wild summer. I told myself this summer was going to be different. It was going to be more laid back. Something that you might have gathered if you watch the videos, I'm a pretty busy guy. I like to say yes to things, which I don't know if it's a downfall because I never wanted to stay still. I'm very bad at sitting still. So this summer has turned out to be pretty hectic as well. All good things. I'm not complaining. I like this busyness, but I've determined that my life is a mess. It's going to continue to be a mess, a beautiful mess, maybe. I'm living my dream every day, but the point of this video is I want to get you guys updated on what's going on. I got a couple different things going on. I want to tell you what's been happening. And of course, we're going to go fishing. So we're going to go out on the Old Town Kayak. We're going to catch some walleyes. We're going to do a little catch and cook, put a little shout out on Instagram, answer some of your questions. And I'm just going to tell you what I've been up to and what there is to look forward to in the next little bit. So life is so good, and we're going to go walleye fishing in the sun. It's going to be a good little afternoon. All right, so first thing to talk about is the fact that I moved. We're no longer living in Kenora. I know I alluded to it in an earlier video, but we moved out of town onto the water. A dream of mine. Obviously, we've been living at Kayak Walleye last summer and this summer, and it was just phenomenal. A little bit tight of a cabin to have 2 cats and a baby and a wife and a production company, all in 400, 300 square feet. So we decided to move. Well, I'll talk more about that, but we need to get the kayak loaded up. Jig rod, a jigging wrap rod, a drop shot rod. Probably a bit overkill. If you guys saw my videos from Florida, someone's been working on this dock system for their shuttle, and it's pretty handy to move it between, boat to boat, boat to kayak, ice fishing kit to boat. On the topic of gear, this has been another piece of gear that has been on flyouts, in my Alumacraft, in the Old Town, the heavy hauler gearbox. This thing is perfect because I'm always moving my gear around, so I can fit all my trays, all my fluoro and tools on the side. Stays in the back there. And then of course, we need a cooler. This has the catch and cook, the oil, all that good stuff, called Chili Moose, new Canadian cooler company. Liking it so far. It'll ride in the back of the kayak. Obviously, you need your life jacket. I think we're gonna switch over to GoPro, hop in the yak and burn some calories on the pedals. All right, here we go. It's been too long since I've been on a kayak. Oh, it feels good to be back. Stretching my legs. I got the seat pretty far back right now. This is the 120 PDL. Love this thing. I had the 10-footer, 12-footer, significantly more stable, especially when I'm putting the live scope on the side. I like having it on the 12-footer. And lots of storage, you can see with the cooler, the gearbox, my camera case. It's good. Anyways, we're gonna try to find some walleyes. Oh. Rocks or fish? Rocks. I got the summit pole here and I'm just scanning around. Oh, there's fish. 45 feet. All right, I'm gonna make sure I got some worm on. We're fishing for dinner tonight, so I don't want to fool around too much. 20 feet. Oh, wow, did they come over fast? Even though I can't see exactly where my bait is, I know it's in the zone, so I'm just gonna hold it still with that worm. There we go. Just slow reel into it. You don't need a big hook set with a drop shot. This might be dinner right here. Nope. I mean, could be dinner. Little smallmouth. These worms aren't very good. Later in the season, it's tough to find leeches. Minnows are tougher to keep alive than I'd like, so worms are a cheap alternative. They're messy, which I don't like. They still do a good job of catching fish. You know what I'm saying? Some small, hungry, pan-sized walleyes. There we go. Plucked one off the group there. All right, that's like a perfect eater. Keep 2 that size. Look at it fall in there. You can just see the fish starting to zoom in for it. There we go. Little Lake of the Woods gold, 2 14 inches. Oh. Ah, just let him under my seat. I'm using, this is a Daiwa Tatula. This is an Elite 7.6 hair jig rod. This is designed by, I think, Chris Johnson, amazing tournament angler from Southern Ontario. And then this 2500 size Tatula reel. Sweet setup for hair jigs, and I really like it for drop shotting. And then I got 8-pound braid, 8-pound fluoro, and then this is a size 4 octopus hook, size 6, with a drop shot weight on the bottom. Dropping it right into that pot of fish. 20 feet ahead. There we go. Should be getting fatter for the fall time. There's a fish. Ooh, I did bring a net. I've been in a habit of forgetting my net the last couple outings. 35 feet, I see a couple bogeys. Ooh, that fish came racing up, 2 of them. Got 1 of them. Nice. A lot of walleye that size in Lake of the Woods. All right, we're gonna answer some questions. Steve Neufeld asked, did you move into Sam's family cabin on the lake or purchase something else? That's a good question. We are living on the lake. We are not living at the in-laws place. We did buy our own place. And for myself, I grew up in town. That was great. Don't get me wrong, grew up in Altona, Manitoba. But I was always jealous of my friends who grew up in the country, raising Hannon in the beauty that is Northwest Ontario, but also just, yeah, so he can spend more time in the outdoors. The other big part of it, huge part of it, is my work. Like, you know, I do travel a lot for work, but now I can get a lot of work done in my backyard, which is pretty special. Living on the water is gonna be phenomenal for content. And that's kind of why the schedule for uploads has been kind of messed up. There's videos from earlier this summer that haven't been posted yet. Moving was just a big wrench that we weren't planning on, but when the house came up, the location was right. There's a basement suite that my parents are gonna be using as their vacation home. So that's amazing because I love my parents. Very exciting. I will give you guys some sort of tour yet. There's another question asking if we're gonna get the tour of the crib, and it will happen. Not quite yet. That's a nice walleye. It's a lot of fish on this reef. We've been fishing the same spot the whole time. Perfect little size to eat there. Ooh, another one. Wow, there's a lot of fish under us. It's been a good little session. Lucas Peter asked, how many days till ice fishing? That's a good question. I think my first trip that's planned is first week in November, so it's not that far away, but I definitely want to make the most of open water season. Now, while I am excited, I'm not ready yet. Well, another big topic is Uncle Mark's Outpost. This spring was a lot busier than we expected, finishing it off, as you guys saw from the videos. The series isn't done. We've probably got like 3 videos left. And then my plan is to take all, whatever it'll be, 28 chapters, combine it into one film. If you haven't been following, we built a cabin down the lake, which is now available for rent. And we now open it up for winter bookings for ice fishing. And we changed things up a little bit for next summer. So for peak season, still 7-day rentals. But at the start of the end of the season, we have a couple groups, a couple dates that are 4 days, and they come with a guide, which is Spencer. So you get 4 days, the shuttle's included, brings you down to the outpost. You're fishing with Spencer, who knows the water so well, and you're catching walleyes like this and a lot bigger, or whatever you want to fish for. Anyway, Spencer's the man. So yeah, there's some guided options at the start and the end of the season. For peak season, it'll be 7 days, which I know isn't for everybody, but we just can't have it every 2 or 3 days for changeovers. It's just too far down the lake. So mid-September, September 15th will be when bookings are officially live. The winter dates are gonna kind of be, you know, based on availability. And that fish just broke off my whole drop shot rig. I'll link that below if you're planning your summer vacay. Ooh, this fish is just racing off the bottom for me. Chicken worm, baby. Just crushing walleyes. Chasing my bait down to the bottom. They look small, but that's fine. Yeah, decent. Woo. Only fished one spot. Rock hump, caught them in 10 feet of water down to 30 feet. I'm gonna drop it into that pod. Somebody's gonna eat it. Give it 3 hops and I'm gonna catch a walleye. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, rock bass. Mr. Rocco, oh no! Beautiful. Okay, we got some more questions. I'm just wanting to rapid fire through these questions. Any tips for starting a YouTube channel? This is a question I get a lot. I think it's important to know why you're creating the channel and just whatever, keep that in mind at the start. You know, are you just creating it for strictly fun? Is this something you want to turn into, you know, a career? I think it's important to know that you have to do your own thing. If you try to be the next John B, the next Aaron Weeb, it's tough because those guys exist. They're doing it, you know, they're doing it good. I think it's important to find your angle on what that is, right? I think that's a very important part. I do not think the YouTube world is too saturated. I think that you need to have an angle. You need to make yourself stand out. Ethan Hutlett, what is your most memorable wildlife experience while fishing? Well, this one would be in Africa, fishing for Nile perch. and our guide had us fishing. He said the bait fish were attracted to the hippopotamus poop, so we were fishing near hippos. Hippos charge boats. We were fishing near hippos and we'd go up on plane, and I remember one specific time there was a hippo following in our wake, like breaking the surface after us. It was terrifying. Hippos kill a lot of people. So anyways, that was pretty insane. And my dad snagged one. It came off luckily, but snagging a hippo is not something that you want to do. Have you ever got bit by a muskie? Says Lore Katz Fleming. I've not. I hope I never do. Are you planning any future film videos? Says Mac O.U. Mijan. Yeah, I got a pretty cool one that I filmed this summer at Wollaston Lake Lodge, where I used to guide. It's gonna be a film kind of about my guiding career, if that's what you wanna call it, or just how guiding has affected me through my life as a person. That'll be dropping sometime this winter. Cameo by Clayton Schick, you guys may have heard of. There's fish right on top of this hump. 10 feet of water. I'm just gonna kind of let us drift. Drifting is so good, like, oh, tiny little bass. Boat control is so important, you know, kayak control, boat control, whatever you want to call it, is just setting up with how you're going to fish the spot and when to drift, when to backpedal, and it's a very important part of angling. Good boat control, you don't even notice. That's what I was taught. So gently just dragging it, lifting off bottom. There are so many fish. That's a nice one. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose my net. There's not really a lull in the action. We only fished one spot. Got him. Spoiled. That was an awkward backhanded hook set. We were smashing walleyes. Jonathan 3 says, will you be at the Winnipeg Ice Fishing Show this year? Yes, I will be at the Hunt Fish MB booth, and there will be a Catch Cook booth right beside with Mr. Josh McFadden. King Chad 1977 says, how close is Hannon to walking? That's a good question. He's getting pretty close. He can take a couple steps. He's a little bit behind, but he's in the 100th percentile for size, length, weight, whatever. He's a big boy. So yeah, it'll come. It'll come. He's like 14 months now. So Hiker 9596 asks, which length of kayak would you recommend? Also, which brand? So I love Old Town. I am partnered with them, but a couple things I appreciate. The attention to detail with how the rod holders are, the steering, the adjustability, it's set up. I have owned other brand kayaks. Old Town is phenomenal. As well, obviously, they support my channel. So that's another reason to get an Old Town, honestly. They put back into the fishing community. As far as length goes, I would say 12 feet. I love the Old Town pedal or the motorized version. They got a new one called the E-pedal coming out. Open water or ice fishing? That's the last one I'm gonna answer while I'm fishing. There's things you can do ice fishing that you can't do open water. Like sight fish in 3 feet of water, like over a frozen hole, right? How you can set up underwater cameras, you can camp while fishing. I mean, you can do that open water too, but there's just certain things, getting into certain lakes that you can't get to, short of a flow plane. So I love all those things about ice fishing. You control the temperature, you can control the lighting, nice for a filming standpoint there. I love it all. I'm not wishing away open water season. I'm excited for fall fishing because that's some of the best fishing. Yeah, last drop. This is the last worm. And then we're gonna do some cooking into the sunset. Ooh, I got a bite, come on. We're gonna end it with a fish. Mr. Rocco, maybe I can save my worm. It's a lot of rock bass, apparently. This might be a decent walleye to end it off. Just gonna bounce in the bottom a couple times. Nice. That's a walleye bite. One of our nicest ones to end the evening. Ouch, oh my gosh. There you go. We were gonna answer some more questions, got some more things to chat about, but we're headed back to the dock. Well, we made it back to camp. Something I started doing recently when cooking, shore lunches, whatever. I don't know, I don't trust plastic containers always. They can get punctured. If the seal isn't good, you leak canola oil is what we're using. So I started using this like water thermos. This is also by the same company as the cooler, Chili Moose. But it's like, it's really nice for water all day if you want a big jug of water, but also ice it for canola oil. So anyways, this divider also doubles as a cutting board, which is very nice. We'll probably do some lemon pepper citrus kick fries, and then we'll do some spicy triple dipped walleyes, I think. Triple dip, yes, triple dip, I did not stutter. And I got a potato. I think that's pretty much all we need in here. Anyways, enough talk. We're gonna chop up some walleyes. We're gonna do potatoes too, I guess. Ain't a proper shoreline without some potatoes. I have cut on cooler tops many times, but this is just a little nicer and cleaner having a cutting board. One walleye down. So, the other part of my life is a little company called Catch and Cook, which, yes, I do own. I think sometimes people wonder what my affiliation is. Josh McFadden and myself own it 50-50. And it's been, yeah, passion project for the last couple of years, maybe 3 years now. It's been just a lot of fun. Josh has such a cool community, cooking wild game. I obviously do a lot of fish and game stuff as well. It's been fun working with Josh. I love that guy. He's so creative, gone on some cool trips together, and whenever we're together brainstorming and working on new things, he's a good cook. He's gotten me to eat a lot of adventurous things I never would have. But anyways, he does a lot of the food development side. We're both always brainstorming what the next product is, what the next flavor is. So Catch and Cook, our next product is gonna be a lemon pepper coating. We did the citrus kick spice. Now we're gonna have a lemon pepper coating, and I'm very excited for that one. So the order's in at the mill. It's gonna be getting made very shortly. We got them the recipe, and it's getting whipped up. So then we'll have 4 coatings, 4 spices. We are working on a gluten-free option as well. So that's what's happening in the Catch Cook world. We're expanding in the States. We're in, let me list some of the stores I know we're in the States. We're in all the Shields locations, Marine General, Thorn Bros, Northwoods Bait in Bemidji, Brothers Firearms in Grand Forks, Dakota Angler in Sioux Falls. I'm sure there's more because people order through distributors in Canada. It's been amazing. I tell people if they want to support this channel, buying Catch Cook is a pretty easy way to support it. But we're gonna keep cooking these fish. That's a little Catch and Cook update for you guys. If you have ideas, suggestions on new flavors, love to hear it. But we got the fish cut. I'm gonna chop up this potato. Once I chop this potato, we'll answer a few more questions. Comment from James DB4. Not a question, but thank you for being a good Christian role model to hundreds of thousands. That's a pretty humbling comment. I try to keep my videos clean, family friendly. I want my faith to shine through in what I do. So that, thank you for the comment, James. I appreciate that. Garrett Shearhorn, when will Catch and Cook be available in the USA? Well, as you just heard, it's available in a lot of stores, but here's what you gotta do. You gotta ask your local store to stock Catch and Cook, because we wanna take over all the states. So that's a big part. That's how you guys come in. That's how you can be a massive help. Just go to your local tackle store, bait store, be like, hey, we want Catch and Cook on the shelves, and we will make that happen. Kyle Steckley says, are you moose hunting this year? I did not draw a moose tag. I've been unsuccessful. Eve Kongying says, are you and Sam thinking of baby number 2 yet? Yes, we're gonna try to have a second kid, God willing, but not yet. So anyways, now let's get some oil heating up. We've got heat. All right, so this is what I was talking about. Got some canola oil in here. Okay, we're gonna get that cranking, and we're gonna start battering some fish. All right, so it's gonna go, they're wet already, Catch and Cook water. I don't even know, we'll figure this out. Just a lot of coating, 3 coatings. Makes it extra crunchy. I'm just gonna coat it, maybe just right on here. And then we're gonna dip it in that water there. Then we're gonna go back in the Catch and Cook. Then we're gonna do water again. And we're gonna put the 3rd coat on. It's gonna get out of hand. Might not have enough coating long to do all this. So you can see just all those bits in there, that is gonna get super duper crunchy. I might not triple coat all of them, just because we're running out of light. I don't have a thermometer, but I'm aiming for like 375 degree oil, or when it has that right sizzle. Well, while we wait, see if there's any other questions. I love that I can do videos like this. You know, sometimes I like doing the full-on cinematic voiceover, epic music videos, and sometimes it's just like, hey, just come fishing with me. Let's chat. What do we got here? Can you please start making more muskie videos? I loved your latest film, says Sam Weber. Thank you. I was really happy with how that one turned out. Obviously, you gotta catch a muskie. You can't make a muskie film without a muskie, so that's the toughest part, is just like, I'd like to do more muskie films too. I love muskie fishing. That's my favorite fish to fish for, freshwater. It's a commitment. Yeah, I like doing everything. That's the problem too. I wouldn't only want a muskie fish. 3 best shore fishing locations near Winnipeg, asked Le Robédu. Lockport on the Red River, shores of Lake Winnipeg as well, really good. White Mud River, those 3. Ooh, fries are turning nice. Look how brown they're getting. Delicious, almost done. The fish will cook fast. Lemon pepper on fries might seem kind of weird, but it's a thing. All right, time for some fish. I don't know which is the triple dip. Oof. 4 is kind of pushing it in here, but we're gonna make it happen. And hot oil, key. Well, as we wait for the fish, yeah guys, I just want to say thank you for watching the videos. I don't think I say it enough, but it's crazy. Life is crazy. I have no plans to slow down on making videos. Might change a little bit, might be more videos close to home, we'll see. But no matter what, you guys will be along for the ride. I think it was at camp here where I made the video of the end of J. Siemens Media Productions, and it was the start of Thrive. And Thrive still is a thing. It's what my business name is and all that, but basically just doing YouTube videos now, thanks to you guys. All right, we're calling it good. I'm assuming that's the triple cruncher right there. Looks like KFC. That might be, I can't even tell which is triple crunch because they all look real crunchy. There you go, spicy triple crunch walleye, some lemon pepper seasoning on the side. I'm gonna say grace. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna crush this plate of food. Guys, if you've been following along on the channel for a week, if you've been following along since the Uncut Angling days, I'm so thankful for you. And man, do we have some good videos coming up. I am so excited. If you're on the water, please, please, please wear your life jackets. Let's end this summer safe. Anyways, see you guys next time. This is sort of a weird camera angle. I'm sorry. That was good.